Hey guys, how's it going? This is Autobot JCB here again for another How to Transform video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to transform the 2002-2003 Transformers Armada Air Military Team Minicons. These Minicons are Gun Barrel, Terrordive, and Thunderwing. In addition to being able to transform into their alt modes, these three Minicons have a secondary mode similar to the Emergency Team Minicons, where they can transform into weapons that can then be mounted onto the larger Transformers. Gun Barrel transforms into a wrist-mounted cannon with 6 barrels on it. Terrordive transforms into a 3-bladed wrist gauntlet. And Thunderwing transforms into some type of... I don't know for sure if it's an actual shield or if it's a weapon similar to that of something called a shuriken. But anyway, I'm going to jump into transforming these ones, and I will show you the weapon modes, and then I will show you the alt modes. So for right now, we're going to move Terrordive and Thunderwing off to the side, and we're going to bring in Gun Barrel for his close-up. As you can see here, Gun Barrel turns in, his vehicle mode is modeled, it looks like it is modeled after the C-130, which is a type of cargo plane used by the military. I think that the amount of detail they have on this figure, on the, for the jet engines and the cockpit of the plane, I think that they did a really good job, especially for how small these guys are. Another figure that I think they did an amazing job with fine detail on is actually the 2002 Tidal Wave figure. If you guys want to go check out that video, that is in my video playlist. Also, if you guys want to check out the Emergency Team Minicons, that video is also in my playlist. But anyway, so in order to transform Gun Barrel, what I'll do is I'll transform him into his weapon mode, and then I will transform him into his alt mode. So for weapon mode, it's actually pretty simple. All you do is you just take the front end of the plane right here, just go ahead and flip it up all the way around, which will reveal a 5th and 6th turbine. And then what you do is you take the wings and just go ahead and fold them up just like this. They will click into place. And then you fold the other one up, click it into place. And then that's virtually all there is to it. And then he's got a Minicon port right here that can be used to be mounted on either the arm or even the shoulder of any of the larger Transformers in the series. So there's Gun Barrel in his weapon mode. And now I will show you how to transform into his alt mode. From weapon mode to alt mode is actually really easy. All you do is you just turn them like this. And if you take this piece where the Minicon port is, you just give it a 180-degree turn. And that will reveal Gun Barrel's head. And then all you really do, just bring the wings back out, just like that. And then go ahead and right underneath this piece right here, there's a little edge that actually links into the port right there on the backside of what becomes Gun Barrel's legs. Just go ahead and pull that free of that, line those up straight, and then go ahead and bring these panels down just like this. And there's Gun Barrel. It's a pretty neat little Minicon. I think his face kind of makes him look pretty menacing. I do believe, if I remember correctly, in the series, the Decepticons actually managed to capture all 3 of these Minicons and corrupt them. And they were used in a aerial, for lack of a better word, dogfight between Thrust, Starscream, and Jetfire. And that is actually the episode where they first introduce the Jet Convoy combination, which to this day is actually one of my all-time favorite link-ups in the series. But anyway, so moving on, we're going to go ahead. I will bring in Terrordive for his close-up. Terrordive, I believe, is modeled after an aircraft called the SR-71 Blackbird. It's one of the fastest man-made aircrafts on the planet. I do know that the 2009 Revenge of the Fallen Jetfire design is an SR-71. I think that they have virtually the same design, shape-wise, that is. But anyway, to transform, Terrordive actually transforms into a, like I said, transforms into a wrist-mounted blade with three blades on it. I think his weapon mode is kind of similar to the wrist blade gauntlet for the Predator. I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. But in order to transform this one, it's actually pretty easy. Just go ahead and flip him over like this, and you'll take the landing gear of his vehicle mode. Just go ahead and flip it up into that little gap right there. And what you'll do is if you grab right here and here, just very gently pull these apart, and then go ahead and take the engine of the plane and go ahead and rock that out just like this. Oops, excuse me. It can be a little stubborn. Mine actually is. It's always been like this. It's kind of annoying, but what are you going to do, I suppose? Why isn't this working? I apologize, guys. There we go. Sorry about that. So that just pops up just like that. And then the other one just rotates into the same position just like that. And the tips, the wings on the tail of the plane just kind of sit in that space right there. And there we have the wrist blade gauntlet for Terrordive. Like I said, guys, I think it kind of looks somewhat similar to the Predator wrist gauntlet. That's what I think is actually pretty cool about this. And in order to transform Terrordive from weapon mode to alt mode, what you'll do is just go ahead and fold back in the edges here, or the blades, just like that. And then what you do is you'll take these two gray panels right here, go ahead and flip those down just like this. And then if you go like, take this entire section, go like that. And then these actually have little pins, and they will actually hook into these little ports right here on either side of Terrordive's head. And we'll just go ahead and bring those out straight, just like that. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and disconnect the engine from that pin right there. It just links into a little port right on the side there. Go ahead and disconnect that one right there. Then what you do is go ahead and bring these blades all the way up behind him. Now, one thing I've always had an issue with is that the little hinges on here, because of the thin plastic, they break really easily. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's had an issue with that. But then what you do is you go ahead and take this piece right here and go ahead and rotate it back just like this. Make sure these are all the way up. And then what you do is go ahead and fold this in just like that. And it will actually link back into the blades on the back side of him. Just give me 1 second. There we go. Just like that. And there we have Terrordive. I think he looks just as menacing as Gun Barrel. Looks like he's ready for a fight. So there's Terrordive. And then finally, we have Thunderwing. I'm not exactly sure what type of plane Thunderwing is based off. In my opinion, I think he looks similar to a stealth bomber. I do have another movie toy line Decepticon that has a similar vehicle mode. That is the 2009 Revenge of the Fallen Decepticon Mind Wipe. I'll be doing videos for all of my movie series Transformers coming up later on. But anyway, so in order to transform this one into its weapon mode, and like I said, this one kind of reminds me of maybe like a shuriken, which is like a Japanese throwing star. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and take the rear end of the plane, and you just click it up out of the way just like that. It takes a little persuasion to push up just like that. Then what you do is you go ahead and move these pieces up out of the way. Go ahead and rotate those just like that. And then if you take the wings and you go ahead and bring them back just like this, and then bring this down just like that, and just like that. And there we have what appears to be like some type of, it's either like a shuriken or a throwing star, or like maybe like some type of shield, because I do know that the Minicon port is on a little ball and it just rotates. So maybe it just is like some type of fast rotating shield to deflect an enemy fire or something like that. But anyway, so there's Thunderwing in his weapon mode, and now we'll go on to alt mode. So in order to get this one transformed, what we'll start by doing is we'll go ahead and bring the wings back out. and put them into their original positions, just like that. Then what you do is just go ahead and bring the legs down just like this, and just like that. And as you can see there's Thunderwing's head. Then what you do is go ahead and bring the arm pieces that you had folded up over the top, bring them over so they look like, so they are facing this direction from this direction. So we'll go up, over, straight out, just like that. And then what you do is if you grab right here and push, or pull with your finger, that'll drop down right in front of him. And there's Thunderwing in his alt mode. Another great design. I do like that even with as small as they are, they have a lot of great detail. Like with all three of them, you can see that they made sure to get the Minicon insignia on all of them. I like the little, what look like the little buttons, or maybe like little gears that are showing on him. Especially with the faces and the heads. I think that they did a great job with the fine detail on these. Actually, on all of the Minicon toys, in my opinion. But anyway, so that is the 2002-2003 Transformers Armada Air Military Team. If you guys have any other ideas for other Transformers you'd like me to try and do, feel free to let me know down in the comments. Feel free to hit that like and subscribe button, and even hit that notification bell, and I will see what I can do to help you guys out in the future. Until then, bye.